I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a fuse to lose. Built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. I mean, we are covering like 4 different sports today. You know, we got to talk about the WNBA. They had a CBA agreement. We're excited about that. I know the ladies are definitely excited about that. So we got to talk about that. We also got to talk about the Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins. They like selling everything. Are they putting Malik Willis in a bad situation and setting them up for failure? A lot of people are saying that. We also got to talk about the NBA, man. Some sad news came out today. Cade Cunningham had a serious lung injury, had a collapsed lung. We're going to react to that news. I know Carl was probably shaking his head somewhere. 4K, obviously, and also for his Pistons. And last but not least, if y'all missed it, you missed out. The WBC just wrapped up this week, and we got, you know, special guests coming on the back end to talk about that. So we're going to recap the WBC. But I got 2 of my bros with me. As y'all can see, Davey Dollars is not here. But in the middle, I got Missy Godunson, co-host of In the Red Corner. And on my far left, but your far right, we got host of Zero Sports Talk, my boy Griffey. How y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing good. I know Griffey and Teddy are feeling better than how I'm feeling right now. But then again, you know what? I don't think nobody's feeling better than the WNBA players or how they feeling right now. I know them ladies is going crazy. But outside of that, I'm ready to talk some sports. I'm ready to get some baseball stuff started. I know the chat's been going crazy outside of the WBC, but I know just the season's ramping up and the play. It's so much going on in the R2L universe, man. I'm gonna relax. I can't help myself right now. So how y'all?
I'm good. Oh my God. I'm ready to move on from I spent like the last 2 weeks, all WBC was all I was talking about, and for good reason. That was fun. It only happens once every 3 to 4 years. That was fun to watch. And y'all see the energy I had. That was the best baseball I've seen in a long time. Well, since the Dodgers won. So.
Hey, you know, just like my wash machine in the background. Hey, man, it's Thursday, Tomo. It's time to turn up, man. Let's do it. My boy David, up. They'll be all right, man. But let's go. But I do want to say something about the chats. The chats is lit in every single avenue. We talking about college basketball and NCAA tournament. We talking about the WBC with the baseball chat. We talk about like you said, NBA, the Lakers debate been going on for like 3 days now. And the NFL is the best chat in R2L. So, you know, that's going to be pumping 24/7. And so we are streaming this on 4 different platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. But our main platform is YouTube. So we want you to migrate towards the YouTube if you can. But whatever platform you're watching this on, make sure you like the video. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us almost everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports. But on X and Twitch, you can follow us at R2L Sports. And then lastly, share this episode with somebody you know personally, or anybody. It could be a stranger, so they could come on and watch the show live with you, because you could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show, and we do respond to them, by the way. And last but not least, sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
And just like My brother Joe said we're gonna get right into the brass tacks of everything because in most sports they have luxury tax. Some people they have luxury tax tiers. Shout out to the NBA for trying to step it up. But the WNBA said, look, I'm tired of y'all playing around with what we got going on. It seems like the ladies walked in there and said, this is what we gonna do. We gonna sit down for 8 straight days over 100 hours. We gonna send tweets, IG posts, threads. We just gonna let you all know, man. I need you to
bring me my money.
because the product of the WNBA has definitely gone up. Especially, we all know we had a debate about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. We all see who also is coming up next. Juju is on her way as well. The product for the WNBA is only growing, and we just watched Bam lady on the sidelines show y'all, like, look, I ain't the only one that's gonna lead. I got the most points in the game. My man could do it too. So right after that, they said, let's sit down and get the CBA worked out. They finally come to some people. I think it was a verbal agreement at one point. I think it's now going to be etched in stone that, hey, we have now one of the landmark deals for the WNBA where we can go over the numbers right quick before we give our reaction to it. Where they're now saying that the new system is expected to start with a $7 million team salary cap. So that right there, that's a 1.5. What do you say? A jump from about 1.5 million in 2025, and now ladies are now getting a super max. That super max used to be, I think it was like 250K. Now they're getting 1.4 million. That is. And then the average salary for a WNBA player used to be 120K. It's now going to jump to 600K. 120K, that's those, like, I know IT people that make more than 120. So to see a WNBA player making the same amount, I know they probably like, thank you. And then the minimum salary was like 66K. And not to compare two different fields again, because I know I'm gonna get killed on TikTok when somebody hear that. I'm like, but people at UPS were making a little bit more. And I know, shout out to UPS, shout out to FedEx, because we need our packages. Thank y'all for y'all services. Don't kill me. But I'm just saying, I know WNBA players like, come on now, we entertainers too. We trying to get a little bit more money, and now they starting to make the minimum salary is gonna be 300K. So I know those ladies are definitely excited about that. And now this probably means that they don't have to go overseas to play more games. They could probably stay home because they actually getting a little bit more money. So we'll see what happens after that. But outside of those numbers, fellas, what was your reaction when this news dropped? I'm gonna start with you, Griffin.
Nah, they deserve it. They earned it. They worked for it. It's been honestly a long time coming. This was shocking in a way because of how much it was delayed. I think they delayed it twice. It was like they delayed it 30 days from like October to November, and then they delayed it again to like January 9th. And it was like, it seemed like the owners, the other side, just didn't wanna award them nothing. They were gonna let it drag, and they were gonna be like, yeah, nah, we're not doing it. We're not losing money. They act like the league is completely broke. I know they don't make as much as the NBA and stuff like that, but like, stingy is all I can say. That was a stingy way to negotiate. I mean, you were complaining over a 7 million salary cap. Like, it was that hard to even increase it to that much. That's like, that's not even like league minimum in some leagues. Like, $7 million, and you were trying so hard not to give it to them. They earned it. They deserve it. I hope they realize, though, not everyone's gonna make a supermax in a WNBA team. Because to me, like, supermax is top tier and a half. It's the LeBron James in his prime, the uh, Nikola Jokic, the Luka Doncic, the Giannis is. So it's like that supermax should go to, like, only to me, Aja. Maybe you guys have other players, but I only think it's like Aja, really. Like, I know idiots are gonna say Caitlin Clark, like, she didn't just get into the league, like like she don't got a boatload of endorsements, like, but for the most part, I think this is a good step. Honestly, I've been watching the WNBA and NBA a lot, but mostly my Sparks because they are bad. I don't really talk about it as much. It has nothing to do with like not watching the sport in general. It's just like my Sparks specifically are bad, so it's like hard to watch for me. And I only like watching my LA teams. But it was shocking to me even that they didn't even have their own planes at a certain point. Like that was the biggest shock to me ever. That was like you couldn't even give them planes, man. Like I understand the jokes and everything about everybody saying they don't make enough money to get paid like the NBA players, but you can't even give them their own planes. Is so crazy, man. So this is a great step. I feel like the agreement's gonna go up too, I believe. Like I think it's like 7 years long and it goes up to like 10 million salary cap or something like that. So as it even goes up, it doesn't stay fixed. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I can go though. I'm sorry. Yeah, but kudos, shout out to the women, man. Clap it up for y'all. We appreciate y'all, you know, and the WNBA finally woke up and giving y'all what y'all deserve. So what I like, well, before this whole agreement happened last year, the highest paid player was Kelsey Mitchell, from Indiana Fever. Obviously, she was making $269,000. That's it, and she was the highest paid player in the WNBA. So 27 players made 200K or more. 39 total made 100K or more. Everybody else made under 100K. Like people like he mentioned, Kayla Clark, like the rookie contract was terrible. So they relied on endorsements. And people say, man, I wish the NBA could do something like Unrivaled. Trust me, they only doing Unrivaled because Unrivaled is paying them. If the WNBA paid them, they won't be playing in an Unrivaled league. In the Unrivaled league, the average salary is $220,000 in Unrivaled. And the league minimum is $100,000. And this is a 3-on-3 tournament, so it's less physicality. And it's only what? How long is it? What? It's 2 months? Like, so it's not even a long season. So that's why it's an 8-week season. That's what I said, 8-week season. So I'm happy that they got what they got because they deserve it. It's not they don't deserve it because they play hard. It's because of the viewership. Because that's what it comes down to. It comes down to how many eyeballs are watching you. If eyeballs are not watching you, the salary won't go up. So when Cade Clark, Angel Reese, and them came into the league, the viewership went up 170%. That's crazy. Cade Clark missed a lot of the year last year. She got hurt. And the viewership still grew. Wasn't a lot. It was only 6%. It wasn't 170, but it still maintained and went higher than it did a year prior without Cade Clark being there a lot of the year. Because, Cade Clark was a big draw when she came in. And Angel Reese had a lot to do with it. But without her, they still grew. So, yeah, they definitely deserved it. And the sport is growing, and I'm happy for them. And because, like Griffey said, they didn't have planes. A lot of things they didn't have, And then you got women who, these are women. So they sacrifice their body, when they making babies and all this stuff, So the fact that they're able to get paid now, compared to the NBA, it's still not a lot, but we get it because the viewership in the NBA is crazy, But we going from 1.5 million basically to 7 million on a salary cap. That's big. And the average and the minimum, what was it again? Talking about the minimum salary. You have that
300K.
300,000. That's when I just told you nobody made 300,000 last year. So shout out to the women. They definitely deserved it.
And like Griffey said, as far as those being the Supermax, of course, like I think you said, I forgot what was the player that you named?
Aja.
Okay, so you got Asia, also Nafisia, from Minnesota. So there's a few players out there that's going to be touching that Supermax. So now I think what's going to happen is by them making more money, I know a lot of people like to say, oh, the WNBA is probably not entertaining to them, or the WNBA isn't appealing. Well, if you're telling me my salary just went from 33 to 300K, I'm gonna start fighting a little bit more. Like the urge to be a little bit better is gonna be there. The entertainment factor is gonna kick up because I might want a Supermax. Let's say I'm a Mystics fan, so my Mystics are rebuilding right now. So imagine you got a young lady on the let's say Aaliyah. Not Aaliyah, that was she got traded. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sad times over here. Sad times. It was. You see where I went? I went right back there. But now you're looking at these young ladies that's coming into the league. They're gonna be like, well, you know what? I'm trying to get that Supermax. I see what Asia has done for the league, so now I'm gonna try to do more. I'm gonna play a little bit better. I'm not gonna say try to do more, but they already had to do more. So now I think on top of what they were doing with more money, is gonna bring more eyes to the sport. Also with all these new deals that the NBA got, where they on Peacock, Prime. I mean, maybe the WNBA. I don't know like I said, I don't know the roots of the actual deal, but are they going to be a part of that? Can they get a little bit of those Prime Prime video spots? Can they get an NBA? I said Prime. They should be. They on 2K, but can they also get a little bit of that NBA, NBC time? Because that would help. If you watch a WNBA game, you click on Peacock and the WNBA game is on, you might tune in. You never know. It's just little things that get people to start watching more. So shout out to these ladies. It's been a long time coming. Another thing I do want to say is, hey, Mystics, I know Juju says she on the way. Just take your time. Just take your time. That's all I'm saying.
I was gonna say I agree with you. I think that's the next step, right? That's growing the sport, like you were talking about. It's like they gotta not only put in work in the court to make it more entertaining, they gotta do their work off the court to get people more engaged. One other thing they need to do that I see they're not very good at doing is embracing the hate. They gotta embrace the hate.
Yes.
You're gonna have the haters. The haters are gonna talk, and you want them to talk. That's a part of growing the game. If people are hate watching, that's great. If people are going under comment sections of your highlights talking mess, that's even better. Because all of that is engagement. All of that drives the price up. All of that has eyes on your sport. People are gonna talk. Media's gonna talk. Don't like take it over the top with the hate and go on like Twitter battles and stuff like that. I'm just saying embrace it. Be like, yeah, you don't like you're gonna have all those sexist people, bro. We know it. Just like we have racists, all that. We gonna have them people talking. Just let them talk. Just let them talk, because that's what's helping you guys out. And for the next time you goes to the table in the deal and you embrace the hate and all this, you're gonna have even more ammo, because you're gonna be like, all right, since that deal, look how much more people are watching and talking about us.
Yep.
So
Yep. Like shout out to Easy E. All publicity is good publicity.
mm,
That's what he says. And I saw a video on Instagram when the dude was like, "Are y'all ladies really ready for the spotlight? Y'all really ready for the spotlight?" And then he put a parlay on one of the women, and he was just cussing them out, spazzing on them, like saying all these words. He said, "Hey, y'all ready for the spotlight? Y'all get used to this." I'm like, that's true. But I do want to say that with the Supermax, Supermax is not based on the quality. Obviously, the quality of player matters, but in the NBA, I'm pretty sure the WNBA is the same way. To qualify for the Supermax in the NBA, you got to stay with the same team. So you can't go to that team via trade. You got to stay there for
they put that rule in.
Yeah, you got to stay. That's how it is. I'm not sure the WNBA is.
I didn't know. I didn't know that
NBA,
one.
you got to stay the length of your contract. And then when your contract is up, you qualify for the Supermax. And if you qualify for the Supermax, most likely you're either signing it or you're leaving. That's how it normally works in the NBA. Like, I mean, shout out to Otto Porter. I mean, he didn't get a super max, but he got the max though. You know, but he got the max. Shout out to Otto Porter. But like, for example, Jaylen Brown. Look at Jaylen Brown. Got a super max.
Yeah.
You know, so and everyone's like, what? Highest paid player, Jaylen Brown. Shout out to him.
I didn't know they just made that same situation for the WNBA. That kind of changes some things, but
I'm not sure. But like, I'm pretty sure.
That would suck though, because you gotta think like a lot of these ladies who's with their teams initially before this deal happened probably got traded or left during free agency to try to be in a better situation. And now you do this and you say I can't even get the Supermax.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like, oh, there was a lot of player changes the last 3 years in the WNBA.
I like that rule though because it keeps everybody stationary, like versus like team hopping and.
Now I like it for
everybody trying to go to the Aces and trying to chase a ring. Like, you know what I mean? Like
there was a lot of people that left the Aces because they were trying to get a better situation. Who was driving? Was it? Is it Kelsey Plum?
Kelsey, went to LA.
Yeah,
she probably would have been qualified for that, but now
she won't
can't get it.
Oh well, you get more money, said though.
You're right about that one.
So, I think when a new plan like this comes in place, they should like first deal with the players that are currently there and the situations currently there. Then they can make the rule about, hey, you got to be with the next contracts that come up. Like you got to stick with your team for a certain amount before you get a max. Like first the players that are there and have been there, who have been driving eyes to the sport, the good players, the Aja, Sabrina, Kelsey, all of them, they all deserve super maxes or close to it. Then we can put in the new rule of, okay, now you got to stick with your team after you got the max and all, or some if you're a rookie or whatever.
I'm pretty sure because how contracts work, when you sign a contract, there are stipulations to that specific contract. So the new CBA rule doesn't require it doesn't apply to the current contracts. So
No,
yeah,
I know that.
So I'm pretty sure like we just talked about how Kelsey Plum left the LA Sparks. It won't matter because her contract is already in. That don't matter. She can't qualify for the Supermax probably anyway until she get a new contract. The Supermax won't this new Supermax probably won't come into play until a new contract is in play.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I understand that. I'm saying, yeah, when everyone's contract expires, don't use the rule, because the rule would be you have to be with your team for a certain amount of years.
Yeah.
Now, some people's contract expired this season, some people next season, and some people the season after that. If the Supermax rule in the NBA, I think it's like 10 years, 5, 10.
No, it's just the duration of your contract.
So
isn't it like you got you got to be in the league for a certain amount of years, because that's what's happening with Luka right now.
No, Luka got traded.
No, but he's not eligible for the Supermax until he reaches like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is a certain amount of years you got to play. It's not your first extension. So you're right. It is some amount of years you got to play. You're right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Some of these players are already older, and like once those contracts come out, they shouldn't have to wait another like 10 years or 5. I wouldn't even say 10, 5 years or something to sign a Supermax. It could be like your next contract that's up, you're eligible for the Supermax if you were pretty much grandfathered into this new era of collecting bargaining agreement. Yeah. And then the next generation that's coming through the draft and all they start with the whole thing.
That's a good point. That'd be messed up. Somebody just on that contract and it's like I can't qualify for it. Like,
it's like, how many MVPs and stuff does Asia have? And then you're gonna tell me, nah, you don't have the years for a Supermax, Asia.
Maybe what they would do is, your contract is your contract, but when you get the new contract, your years will be grandfathered in. Like it won't start over like you're a rookie, basically.
Because that's what it made it seem like. Like they were trying to sneak that in there. Like I don't know. Like you said, you weren't clear on it. I'm not clear on it. But it would be some sneaky thing the WNBA will try to say. Like, we just did the agreement, so we gotta start the years over. Like we can't pay you guys the Supermax because like I said, it was delayed twice. It was like I wouldn't blame the WNBA owners for doing some sneaky stuff like that. That's all I'm saying.
We gotta clear it up in the chat. We gotta find out and put it in the chat.
Yeah, no, we definitely gonna do that. And if you all want the answer, or if someone in here has the answer, drop it in the comment section so that way we can be clear about it. Because I'm definitely with Griffey. I can see them doing that. We're like, well, we gave them the money they asked for, but if you don't qualify for the Supermax, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Hey, I've been with the same team my whole career. I'm sorry, you gotta start over.
You gotta start over. We just signed it. What do you mean?
You gotta renegotiate, right? Also, like, how does that work too now? Because, like you said, Joe, there was only how many people you name making under 3, making like 290?
It was 37 is making 200,000. So
200,000
making 269.
So how does it? So tomorrow, when this goes into effect, like how do they get their pay raises? Because I know it's going. The WNBA might go crazy. Your check just went to a whole nother level.
Nice. Yeah.
Like how do you do that?
That's crazy. The fact that they were pushing back in negotiations like that with 170% increase in viewership is ridiculous. And the highest paid player is 269 million, and y'all on ESPN every day now. Like literally, ESPN be going out their way to promote. And ESPN is the biggest sports network.
I think people underestimate the greed in sports. The greed in sports is a thing. That greed That is insane. You can make billions of revenue. You can make billions around the world, and they will still try to nitpick and like not pay you what you're worth. I that's why I never like when people defend owners. Yeah.
I mean, you ain't gotta tell me.
I
I
know
see it
for her.
firsthand. I
This
see it
is
firsthand
why
every time. I'm like,
this is
Now
why I
they
okay.
don't like
did,
people
now
defending
they
owners.
did.
I don't.
I mean, George Pickens still on the franchise tag. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You see the production, and it's still a franchise tag. So we need one more year. That makes no sense.
You saw him and CeeDee Lamb in the car together.
I'm just saying. You see, you messing up a good thing. But let's move on to some. We started high. Now we're just gonna bring it down just a little bit, man. And man, for my HOA buddy, man, I really want to say, look, man, it's tough because it seems like Detroit can never have nice things. You know, the Lions make it to the playoffs, and you feel like that was gonna be one of the best seasons, and you make it to the you can make it to the Super Bowl, and then here comes Jaden Daniels and the Commanders on their run. And then next thing you know, you look up, I think the Tigers were doing their thing, and what Carl say? The Tigers got messed over in the playoffs yet again. And then after years of being one of the laughing stocks in the league, hey, I know how it feels. Bam dropped 83 on my team. So Carl, I'm trying to this is my formal apology. I'm trying to say sorry. Bam. I be bammed. And that's what happened. But you got the number one seed in the Eastern Conference. Cade is stepping up in big ways outside of which I say when it's time to play the Cavaliers. And then just last night when you're going up against another inferior opponent, which is the Wizards, a freakish accident happens where he's diving for a basketball, and then some people thought it was a back spasm, but it was now been diagnosed with a collapsed lung. I don't want to make it seem like it's that sad because Cade is good. It was sad when the news dropped, but he is good. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, but he could miss up to 6 to 8 weeks with this collapsed lung. The question really is, and while the title was just my imagination, the folks out there in Motown was like, it was just my imagination. Once again, another Piston season is just running away with me. But, Joe, what was your reaction when you heard this news get posted I think you posted it in the NBA chat?
I did. Shout out to Dave. Appreciate you this time. I saw Dave's little icon in the Instagram chat. I was like, oh, he about to post it. I gotta hurry up. But I was shocked because the Pistons are the surprise team in the league right now. Because nobody expected the Pistons to be the number one seed in the East. Now they did finish strong in the East last year. They gave the Knicks a good fight, and a lot of people felt like, myself included, they should have. The reason why they lost to the Knicks is because of lack of experience. Like they had almost every game, and then down the stretch of every game, the Knicks just took over. So, and the Knicks won a lot of games in a row, and that's lack of experience. That's what happened. So I felt bad for the Detroit Pistons because I felt bad for Cade too. Obviously for his health. My first thing was, is he okay? Because you hear a collapsed lung, it just sounds very seriously. You know, like you know, people that have serious injuries with a collapsed lung, and they're like on a hospital bed, like fighting for their life. You know, so you're wondering like, oh man, what happened? Because I didn't watch the Detroit Pistons and Wizards game. I mean, who would? I mean, I watched the Rockets and Lakers game, so I didn't know what happened. And then so I got the news. Don't worry, I'm a Kings fan, y'all. But we're at least winning some games. But when I got the news, I'm like, dang, like what happened? Did this happen off the court? But then when I found out it happened on the court, I'm like, okay, this happened before. You know, CJ McCollum went through the same thing. You know, he had an injury where he had a collapsed lung and he was out for 3 weeks. So I was like, okay, maybe it's like a rib injury. Like it's a collapsed lung, but it's somewhat like similar to a rib injury. So when I found out that he was like okay, I was at peace. And then now I started thinking about, okay, what about the basketball side of things, right? Detroit's on this run. Okay, let's talk about Cade first. Dang, Cade not gonna qualify no more. If Cade missed 5 more games, then he won't qualify for no awards this year. And he was a bona fide first team All-NBA. And he's an MVP candidate. He still had the opportunity to win MVP because, you know, he just praying that SGA missed some games. That's the only other way he can get the MVP. But he could have probably got the MVP this year. And the number one seed. Now, they are 4 games ahead of the Celtics in the loss column. 4 games. So I feel like, me personally, they can still hold off without without Cade. I mean, they're 5-2 without Cade, but look at the opponents they had without Cade though. The Bulls, the Sixers, the Pacers, the Bulls. They lost to the Clippers, the Pelicans, and guess what they lost to, Tombo?
Come on now.
The Nets. The Nets.
Oh man, forget you. I know we beat them at one point.
What you brought up, you beat on what, Cade, right? But remember you brought up the 30-point lead.
Why you gotta bring up old stuff?
Yeah, that was without Cade, right? That's what happened against that Nets team when the MPJ went crazy. So, although I feel bad for Cade because of the injury, but he's okay. And I feel bad for the Pistons. I'm just hoping and praying that he comes back before the playoffs and he could be himself, because the Pistons can definitely make it to the NBA Finals this year. Will they win it? I mean, if it's OKC, it's a wrap. Or the Spurs. They're not winning nothing. But they can at least get to the NBA championship.
Well, I mean, right now they definitely on their get back tour because they beating the Wizards 31-13 right now. So they definitely taking it personal. They took that personal, even though it wasn't a dirty play. They taking it personal. Like, y'all took my boy out, so we gonna show y'all what we really about. But outside of that, I was just like you, Joe. Again, with these injuries in sports, and it's like more of a health concern where you just like, man, one, are you good? Because I went back to Chris Bosh when he had the blood clot situation, and you just be like, you know what? Forget basketball. Like, are you okay? And once you make sure that the play is good, then that's when you get back to the brass tacks of the business. Be like, well, what's next for the Pistons? Because he is the offense. Like, we've seen that he is the offense. Without Cade, I mean, well, right now the Wizards are proving that he isn't just the offense. But again, the Wizards are trying to do something else that we're not going to talk about. And Kings keep winning. Side note, AJ, do your thing. Wizards on the way. But back to the Pistons. This is, I mean, it's rough and it sucks that he won't be able to win the awards. He was also a part of the MVP race. But this is also another good test for the rest of the team. Because if Cade was solely the offense, now can you all prove it with these next few weeks that, hey, we can step up to the mantle? And then when Cade gets back into the rotation, him being sidelined and seeing how the team has been operating without him, and I'm also thinking about what Kevin Durant said a few days too, him kind of being forced to take that back seat, and you see how the rest of the team operates, you're like, oh, all right, cool. So if you'll plug in right here, then we can probably get the Cavs. And we ain't got to worry about that quote that they was throwing out there. Or we already know what we can do against the Knicks. Because I know the Knicks right now, they probably like, Cade what? I mean, I'm just saying. And then also you see what Boston doing with Tatum coming back. So it's a gift and a curse. The gift is, one, that he's good. The curse part is you got to watch your team struggle for a few weeks or maybe be better without you in the interim. And then you add back to the gift part is when you come back, boom, plug and play. We good. So, again, Cade, get well. Pistons, you going to see what y'all do in the playoffs. And I would love to see if they fall out, that 1-2 spot. I think Orlando, I would just want to see that Orlando matchup. Just because of that episode we had.
Okay, I guess Detroit,
Yeah.
Nah, when I got that notification though, I was kind of cynical because it was like, what is going on in the East? What is in the water in the East? Because why is it always like the East stars of the top teams getting hurt recently? The Halliburtons, the Tatums, the Mitchells, the Garlands, Cade, Embiid. Like, what the heck is going on? And meanwhile, the West is a freaking dogfight. Well, my team is in the West, for those who don't know. I'm a Laker fan, and everybody's nice. Everybody's nice. Like, everybody's healthy. Everybody. Like, no stars hurt in any team. It's a dogfight. But meanwhile, in the East, ever 2 or 3 top teams lose their star player, bro. It's ridiculous. I'm actually not that surprised about the Pistons' rise because they kind of followed a formula of OKC. Like, if you notice, slowly building something, then the next year making the playoffs, getting eliminated early, just like OKC did against the Mavs, and then out of nowhere becoming that number 1 seed and like dominating and all that. It's kind of like a similar formula. And in the East, there's always like a random team being the number 1 seed that you don't expect. It was like Cleveland, and now it's Detroit. Why it's gonna be the Hawks, like next year or something. Like, I can see the Hawks on that same trajectory. But The injury is such a gut punch for Detroit, man. Even like you mentioned the Detroit teams before, and it was like I remembered the Lions in that game against Jaden Daniels, like lost Aiden Hutchinson, like lost most of their defense. It was like, yo, you can't script a more heartbreak than what you do for Detroit in the sports gods do to Detroit, because every time something's going good, something gotta go way bad for them.
Like,
It's like it hasn't, not since Rasheed Wallace and Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince have they had like real success in basketball. And now that they finally get a taste of that, they're like, let's just snatch that away real quick from you. We're not gonna help you out there. Um, is there an idea of if he could come back? I didn't
Mhm.
see that.
Yeah, they like Thomas said he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's gonna be an important 2 weeks for them. In the East, I think I've said this in a previous show, one either on my channel or live. In the East, the seeding does not matter really. The
no.
the seeding does not matter. How many times has the one seed made it to the finals? Like Cavs were the one seed last year, and what happened? You know what I mean? It's like if you're in the 3 seed, you're still in a good spot. If you're in the 4 or 5, you're still in a good spot. Look at the Pacers last year. Like the East really, unless you're in the bottom 7, 8, 9, 10 play-in teams, those teams are just washed. But even then, I think would the Hawks play-in team when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I
Think
don't think the
so.
play-in was out then.
They were a low seed.
They
I
were a low
think
seed though, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Miami was another
Miami
low
was.
seed
Right.
that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh,
So
the
it's
play-in
like,
was out. I'm tripping. They were a play-in team. You're right. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I think it was the
yeah,
Hawks in Miami, right? They were the two.
yeah. It's like the East,
Like always.
the seeding never really matters, so they can lose some ground and it won't really change much. I mean, even if the furthest they drop is the 3 seed, that's great. I don't think so. I think the furthest they'll stay at the second at least. They'll still have home court advantage in round one and probably round two. And so if he can come back and like get past this injury, Detroit still has a good chance of going on a run. And right now, with the way Boston is playing, I need Detroit to be good. As a Laker fan, I need Detroit to be good. Don't be what the Cavs have been. Fool's gold that you think is good and actually ain't good. Like, I need
Like
them
Aaron
to
Judge.
step up. Oh. I need
Okay.
the Pistons to be good. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, real quick, I do want to mention this. So there's a chance they can lose this number 1 seed. So the Celtics are. I know you said it don't matter, but it's to watch it. These are the Celtics opponents in the rest of the season. They got Memphis, Minnesota, and OKC, Atlanta, Charlotte, Atlanta, Miami, Milwaukee, Toronto, Charlotte, New York, New Orleans, Orlando. So they got like an even out schedule. The Pistons without Cade, they got the Wizards right now, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Hawks, who are on an 10-game win streak, the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, OKC, Toronto, Timberwolves again, 76ers, Orlando, Milwaukee, Charlotte, Indiana. So they don't have an easy schedule down the stretch without Cade. So not only, I mean, how far I didn't even see how far back are the Knicks? The Knicks are the Knicks
Like five.
are
They're like 5
they
games back.
6 games behind.
6. Okay.
Yeah, they done son.
Yeah, it will take a complete collapse. It'll take a complete collapse from the Pistons and like the Knicks winning out for the Knicks to catch up in that situation.
But I know the Celtics could probably catch them for sure.
Yeah, the Celtics. That's why I said as far as I think they'll fall is 2.
I think it does. Well, you're right. It probably don't matter as much because it all depends on because you could probably play in the first round as number 1 seed Charlotte. You know what I mean? Charlotte or the Hawks, maybe.
Imagine playing the Hawks in the first round the way they're playing.
You're right. But the Hawks, you look at their schedule, they beating a bunch of cupcake teams too. They haven't really beat. The best team they beat was the 76ers.
Yeah,
And
but the Hawks are kind of built the same way the Pistons are. I just think matchup wise,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah,
Matchup wise, because they both got lengthy defenders. They're
they
both got
do.
lengthy, athletic guys. They kind of really are pretty similar teams. That I think the matchup favors. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think again, if it's the Hawks versus Celtics, it's a wash. Celtics are gonna
I see
steamroll.
you saying.
And
Yeah.
like Knicks also, I think would beat Atlanta. Well, actually, well, Trey Young's not there anymore. No, Trey Young's not
y'all
there
about to say,
anymore.
yeah, y'all
Never
about to
mind.
say he ain't there no more,
Never
so they
mind.
got a chance
Never
now.
mind.
Yeah,
Never
he ain't
mind.
there, Tom, all right.
They got a chance. You know what I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
But whoever the number 2 seed might have to play a potential healthy Philly, in the first
Yeah,
round.
because Paul George coming back. So
You're not sold on Philly. Hey, they healthy,
Pandemic
man?
P and Embiid. Yeah, let's say the Sixers are healthy.
Okay.
Then wait 2 games, they're gonna be not healthy. That's
Yo.
like what the? It's like what? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Joe, you know
It's
who you
like
remind me of? He sound like me when you was talking about that Kawhi when you picked the Clippers. I like Kawhi Leonard gonna give you 2 games, Joe. You ain't gotta worry about it. 2 games, you
yeah,
good.
2
He got
games.
hurt. He got
You're
hurt.
gonna see him 2 games, and like
That's it.
it's gonna be every other player getting hurt. Like it's first is gonna be like Embiid, then Embiid comes back, then Paul George is hurt. Like they can't stay on the court
See how I look
long
at
enough.
Philly. I think Embiid. I don't think he's 100%, but I think he's good enough to play. But they're trying to like make sure he is at his best in the playoffs. And I think Paul George getting suspended was a heaven sent because he can't get hurt right now going to the playoffs. I feel like
That's a lot of pressure when he come back though, because if he come
That's
back,
but he'll be a third option though.
no, but I'm saying he come back and then next thing you know, you like, my hamstring. You like, Paul, what was you doing this whole time?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see one healthy Sixers team for one run. That's it. They weren't even healthy when they lost to the Raptors.
Well, I mean, you see the name of the segment. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My imagination, right, yes.
And I heard J-Mo go off too, man. I heard him when he went off. I'm like, yeah, I know how you feel. You're like, bro, at some point, I can't keep saying this.
You can say like first, even if they are healthy, do you really trust Pandemic P? Like,
He's a third option though.
As a third option, fine. Let's say it's a third option. He's not the same player as he was, and especially with more injuries piling up, even as a third option, it's like how good is that third option?
Is he really? He could be fourth sometimes. They got VJ.
I was about to say, is he third?
Yeah.
Are you gonna trust a rookie in the playoffs?
But not game by game, but they can interchange that third option.
Okay.
But you got Embiid and Maxey taking most of the shots, especially Embiid. Like Embiid, Maxey be shooting. Like he got the green light. But Embiid in the playoffs, 1 leg, 2 legs, 1 hip, stomach ache, he gonna ball out. He gonna give you 30 plus.
And then sit out the next game.
You're right though. I
Cause
just want him healthy. Because of stomach hurt.
Yeah, he went all the way back. He went through the list. All right, well, we got to close out our NBA segment and move on to the NFL. And it's funny that we close it out like it's divine intervention that we were talking about the 76ers because we're rolling right into another one of J-Mo's teams. Like, man, Finfield or Finfield are the Miami Dolphins setting Malik Willis up for failure. And if you don't know or you've been under a rock, the Miami Dolphins, they moved on from Tua and signed Malik Willis to a 3-year, $67.5, I'm going to just round up, $68 million deal with $45 million guaranteed. And basically he reuniting with his coach that was over there in Green Bay, Jeff Hafley. And it feels like most people are saying that, hey, the Dolphins are trying to build the Miami Packers. But then they're also saying the Dolphins have a $99 million cap hit. So how are they going to do this? Look, that's funny, man. A $99 million cap hit. And then you look at him like, well, you know what? They got some pieces here and there to make this thing work out. And then you come to find out, well, they cut Tyreek Hill. Then they also cut another one of his wide receivers. Well, they didn't even cut him. They traded him to Denver. They traded Jalen Waddle to Denver. Bradley Chubb, Bradley Chubb is gone this offseason. for a 7-10 team to let talent just walk out the door that way they're doing it and then try to sign your cornerstone quarterback. A lot of people saying, hey, you're setting this boy up for failures for you to go into next year's draft and get you a quarterback. Do I feel like the Dolphins are setting them up? I feel like the Dolphins, I don't feel like they're setting Malik Willis up. I feel like the Dolphins are finally doing what they should have been doing 2 years ago. They just waited till they got a new regime to actually go forward with the plan. Some people would say, why sign Malik Willis if you're going to do all of this, just go with your second string, third string. What's their backup? Who's the backup?
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers.
That's my boy, Texas.
Then that's why they really should have let him start. But just go with Quinn. Quinn. Sorry. I'm thinking about the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Go with Quinn. Trade A-Chain. Get rid of all of your talent at this point and start from scratch. Like, tear it all the way down to the studs and start from scratch. I know they feel like Malik Willis will be a part of that starting from scratch because he just really needs a chance. He's been a backup, and every time he's gotten his chance, he's looked like a good potential starting quarterback. However, when you got a $99 million cap hit to sign a quarterback for 67 with 45 guaranteed, is just like, why not try to keep the cap as low as you can and build off of young, raw talent? We always seen Miami they went with the tank for Tua, and they ended up with Tua. I'm not saying tank for another quarterback, but tank for success at this point because you're really rebuilding. That also says, to me, if I'm the head coach, you're not just trying to set him up for failure. What are you trying to do for me? Because most NFL coaches don't get a 3-year span to rebuild a team unless they really believe in you, or you Mike Tomlin. But other than that, or you Jason Garrett. But outside of that, that's dark times. Most NFL teams don't give you 3 years. It's either they give you 1 or 2, and if you don't succeed in the second year, then that third, 9 times out of 10, you're out of there. So I feel like it's not just Malik that they're setting up for failure. I feel like they're setting Jeff up as well. But we'll see how this draft goes. We'll see how the season plays out. It's going to be rough because they still got Josh Allen. The Jets are making good moves. The Patriots just came off of a Super Bowl loss, so they're going to try to rebound. I'm sad my man backstage with his head down after I said that, but that AFC East is going to be rough. So I don't think it's just Malik. He got a brother in this one as far as Jeff being there with him. So they setting both of them up for failure, if you ask me. Griffey.
Yeah, they gave him 3 years. So there's something there that in that 3 years specifically. I don't know what it was. Like you said, they could tank for a quarterback. Yeah, but why 3 years? You know what I mean? Like maybe even 2 years. Yeah, you can tank for a quarterback, but like that third year is what got me. It's like, are you trying to like navigate some kind of tank, like the Rams kind of did it, where it's like tanking but not tanking at the same time type thing, when like everyone said, oh, the Rams after Jade Ramsey, everything, oh, they're gonna be horrible for years to come and all that stuff, and then they just like slightly tanked and then shot up. You know what I mean? Is that why it's 3 years? It's like, yeah, maybe this year is gonna be a little rough, but then we have a plan for like next year that no one sees coming. Maybe we do trade A-Chan. Maybe we do trade the rest. Maybe we get more draft picks. Maybe we hit on this draft. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they do have a certain idea of how they want to build this team. I also think they want to focus more on defense. I think it's going to be like with A-Chan still being there. I think they want to be a run and gun, pound ground team. Like they want to try to run the ball and win with the defense because it's athlete. That's why I think after McDaniel, they're like, enough with the offensive coordinators. Let's focus on defense. And I think that's the plan that they're actually going with. I know they got rid of Chubb too, but I think they're just going to rebuild the defense first. That's, you could say that kind of hurts Malik Willis, but it's good to have like someone who has been out there and playing the game and like has experience starting games and has experience with the coach that you just hired. I think that's very valuable. I don't know, maybe like I said, I think this one will be a down year. I don't think they're gonna keep this up very long. I don't think it's gonna be like tanking. To me, it takes like 3 to 5 years to rise back up. I think they're trying to like softly tank. You know what I mean? Softly, and then just do something in the next offseason. Take the blow from the cap hit that from getting rid of Tua. I know that's going to be for a couple years now, but let that blow hit and then try to bounce back, because that's the only reason I can think of they gave him 3 years. It's like they definitely want to do something with him as the quarterback, because you could have done 1 year, you could have done 1 year with an option, you could have done 2 years. Like, you did 3, so you have some faith in what Malik Willis can bring you, and I don't know. I don't think he's being set up for failure. I think he's being set up with a plan, but whether that plan succeeds or is a failure, I don't know yet. I think they
Nah, for
do,
real.
because, like you said, it's a new regime. I think this regime just came in with something in mind. That's all I can think about.
Man, I do want to say this. So somebody posted something on Instagram. I don't know the young lady's name. She posted some good stuff, but she took an angle where I didn't like. I'm not saying I didn't like. I didn't agree with at all. She took a race angle, as of like, and a lot of people they're taking a race angle as like, oh, Malik Willis, a black quarterback, and they setting him up for failure to get rid of him to get their new quarterback. And I'm like, yo, why do we always got to do this?
You don't give him 3 years for that.
Like
Nah.
exactly, like why do we got to take that route? Like, are we like what are we doing? No, they're not setting him up for failure. I don't think so, because number one, first of all, they have a new regime. They've been having the same GM since 2000. They haven't won a playoff game. So like they have terrible culture. Mike McDaniel. I remember I forgot what, I think it was the Broncos. One of the teams doing training camp when they did a joint practice said that they were soft. Like they were soft. So their culture was disgusting. A lot of people say, oh, they got rid of Bradley Chubb. Did y'all not forget that he was on a trade block doing a trade? He was in trade talks in the trade deadline. Like, they almost traded him in the trade deadline, but instead only Jalen Phillips went. So, like, they were going to get rid of him anyway. I feel like they're just getting rid of the old, bringing in the new, and build their own culture from scratch. They got Jeff Haley as a head coach, who was a defensive coordinator, right? And who was very good also a defensive coordinator with the Packers. And then they offensive coordinator is Bobby Slowick, who was with C.J. Stroud in his rookie year, who has a lot of success with him in his rookie year. So that's a good sign right there. They got 9 picks this drive, 5 in the first 3 rounds. Everybody keeps saying, like, oh my God, they traded the only receiver. First of all, Jalen Waddle, J-Mo, correct me if I'm wrong. You watch the games. I feel like every game he get hurt and he come out the game for at least 3 series. Like, he get hurt. He's so fragile. Now, you look at his game play. He probably played 15, 16, 14 games, but he's constantly in and out the game like Tyreek Hill. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. They are paying dead cap for Tyreek Hill and Tua just so they can just get rid of the mess and start fresh. So when I saw the Jalen Waddle trade, I was happy for the Dolphins. They got back a first, a third, and a swap fourths. That's good for Jalen Waddle. I'll take that in this wide receiver class that's coming up. So that's that. And like you said, Griffey, they gave him 3 years. People want instant gratification. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody not going to be like my guy. I get it. They think that because Jaden Daniels took his team from the 2nd overall pick to the NFC Championship game, that they think everybody going to do that. It takes time. Everybody is not Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. This is not how it works. So just be patient and trust the process. I mean, especially if you're a Dolphins fan, you have no choice but to be patient. You should be happy that y'all getting rid of the old because you're going with the new. So I don't think they are setting him up for a failure. They are setting him up for success. And lastly, like you said, Griffey, I also agree. They're going to build a defense-first team. I think they will get a wide receiver in the draft. People think in the first round. I don't think so. I think they're going to build him on that defense. They're going to keep A-Chain. They already said, stop calling. I ain't with Nick Saban. I always forget the name.
Oh, he said it's not going to happen. So quit asking.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Stop asking for A-Chain. Won't happen. Quit asking. All right. So they already announced that they're not trading A-Chain. They're keeping him. So J-Mo, also remind me of the quote that A-Chain said. It was a bar he had. But I think they are setting him up for success.
And when we say A Chain, we talking about Devon A Chain, not Travis A Chain that we
Oh.
recently found out that's how you pronounce his last name. I thought that was AI. I'm like, bro, wait, we've been saying your name wrong this whole time. You should have told us that. But before we
Since he
close
was in
out,
college.
yeah, I'm like, why would you? I understand what you're saying, but that's your last name. You got to
Hold
correct.
on. Shout out to Jane Wall too. It's a bar right here. He said Dolphins, we might as well sign Javonte Davis because we tanking. That was a bar.
At this rate, I mean, he said that. I was like, man, I feel like is it going to be Malik Willis or Willie Beeman? Because I don't know if y'all the Dolphins or the Sharks at the rate they moving the teams around. So I know the running joke is that's Lamar, but we might have to say that about Malik this year. Yeah,
I think Joe has a point though with the whole wide receiver class. This wide receiver class is really good for the draft, man. It's really good. I just really feel like since they won't trade HN at all, like they really want to be a run heavy team. They want if they can like. I'm not gonna say they're actually this team, so don't get taken the wrong way. But I'm saying the scheme. If it was like the Eagles when Saquon was going crazy, like that kind of build. I'm not saying that team is anywhere close to that. I'm saying the scheme,
I say
like
for
the
you.
scheme, like the vision. The
Yeah, I say
vision.
for you. Let your running back be the offense.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like the scheme of what they plan to make it look like is basically like because the Eagles' defense was good and they were being carried by Saquon type thing. If they want to like create some kind of defense, good to maybe middle of the pack defense, and have like HN be carrying the offense. Hopefully he can do that because he has been injured like in his first year and stuff. But this
Like
will mean,
Saquon.
yeah, this would mean he has to be a 3 down back, which is. But then
That's
again, Jalen Wright, they got some good backups, running backs too. So if that's their idea, if that's what they're going with, I'm like, yeah, the Dolphins are going to be fine in a couple years.
Yeah, I think they'll be straight, man.
Yeah,
So-
they should be good. I like that. I like that quote too, man. He said, "A-Chain said my mother didn't need a gender reveal. She knew I was him." Nah, that's a bar. That's a bar.
That's tough.
You know, some people might have read that before they took the field, but then they found out that they wasn't them. Or maybe they was watching Judge Mathis. I don't know. There's so many judge shows on TV right now that you can get judged for anything.
You just reminded me of what DeAndre Ayton said recently.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel judged right now when people watch the show and they don't leave comments or hit the like button or hit the subscribe button. But I'll let you all be the judge for this next segment here, which is brought to you by both Zero Sports Talk and BWT. And if you feel like you've ever had to step in front of a judge, maybe you had jury duty. That means when people get judged by 12 or maybe 12 million. We don't know. But we bringing Teddy up before I keep going because I'm going to just keep digging this grave. Let's bring Teddy up.
Good.
Before anything is said, I would like for us all to rise. Court is now in session. What up, fellas?
What's up?
What's going on,
Teddy?
What up, man? What up?
Said he was backstage as soon as I went on my judge rant. He looked up and was like, I see what you're doing.
I knew exactly. The first one, I'm like, oh, here he goes.
Well, before you all get to harping at what I'm talking about here, there were 2 winners after that final strikeout that gave Venezuela, their first WBC title on Tuesday. And I literally just named one of the winners. Shout out to Venezuela for winning their first WBC title. But the second one is the game of baseball. Like, I watched the quarterfinals, I watched the semis, I watched the majority of the tournament, but it was really those last 2 games when it came down to U.S. versus DR and then U.S. versus Venezuela. And I noticed the reaction on timelines across the world, right? And you have BWT, welcome to the network, Zero Sports Talk, with Griffey, and you hear these guys talk about baseball is America's pastime. And you really don't get to see that love for baseball until this tournament came. And it's kind of like the Olympics, right? Where everybody has to root for their country and you really see the raw passion. It's also like soccer where you like, most people don't watch soccer all the time, but when it comes down to, I said most people, but a lot of people watch baseball. That's why I got you, Teddy. I got you. But you see, when people have to start rooting for their country, they're like, so what's the rules? What's that? Why do they call it a strike? Now they're solely interested in the sport. And this is why I say baseball won on Tuesday night, outside of Venezuela getting their first title. Also, the baseball chats in the R2L community is going crazy. So I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna let you guys have it. I'm gonna start with you, Teddy, because you just got here. What is your recap of the WBC tournament? I know you dropped the episode. Make sure y'all click the link below, check it out. But just give us a quick brief.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, the entire tournament was exactly what I thought it was going to be. A great display of this beautiful game with the passion, the fans, the excitement from all the players. Granted, a couple downplayed this environment, schoolball, but it is what it is, right? We saw exactly what Joe said earlier, what Tomo said earlier, the passion from these fans. It's unlike no other. It's honestly insane. The fact that we had cheerleaders on the dugouts in Japan at 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time while watching Shohei Ohtani go crazy versus Chinese Taipei is just one example of how crazy it can get. It went from Tokyo to Puerto Rico, and then it was in Houston and Miami, and all those environments were great. The fans really packed in every single game, and made the environment exactly what I thought it was going to be. I had Joe calling me almost every night, like, "Yo, I'm locked in. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go. I love it." So I love this tournament. Can't wait for the next one. And all the guys that were talking trash, just wait another 3 years. I'll see you again.
Oh man, the tournament. I got some numbers and some fun facts. Japan almost didn't let this tournament happen because they vetoed the first World Baseball Classic. And they the first proposal, I think it was like in 2004, like the first proposal for it. Basically America was being greedy, trying to get majority of the profits and all that, and Japan didn't agree. Eventually they did, and the team that almost vetoed it won it the most times is hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me. Also, most watched game in WBC 2023 was that final game, USA versus Japan. Shohei striking out Trout to win it all. Most viewed game. What's funny about that record was broken in the pool play this year. In pool play in the first round. And I remember watching videos of 2006. This is like just going on YouTube watching videos of 2006 World Baseball Classic. These teams were playing, these countries were playing in empty stadiums, guys. Empty stadiums. You see Japan versus Korea was probably the most packed stadiums. The U.S. games were dead. It looked like worse than spring training, and spring training is pretty dead. It looked worse than that. And now to go to this extreme where like every environment is jam-packed, fully like, oh man, it was like the most fun I had watching baseball in a long time, because everybody had energy. If you felt like everybody really wanted this. Even the U.S. fans wanted it. It didn't look like the U.S. players wanted it. Let's say it like that. But everybody was like into the tournament this year. Like I said, it broke records. And Japan, who wanted to like not have this tournament because the U.S. was being greedy, guess what? This tournament alone brought their economy $580 million in tourism. So many people went to Japan, and they've been struggling with getting tourism in Japan, shockingly enough. But this tournament alone helped their whole economy. So talking about the U.S. getting all this money, you getting all that money too now. Y'all getting all that money too,
That's dope.
It's a beautiful thing to watch the sport you love, you grew up watching, grow. And like I always love seeing like, because I do this with like TV shows and stuff. Like, say I love a TV show, man, and I show it to a friend, and they start loving the TV show. I'm like, yeah, we're locked in. You know what I mean? This is how I feel when I show people baseball, man. It's like they hear the rumors. It's boring. It's this and that. I was like, oh, you need to actually watch and understand what's going on. Like, I said it in my show. Like these last 2 rounds in the World Baseball Classic, it was tough to get runs. And if you watch the first few games, you would think, oh man, this tournament's going to be 10-7 every game, 10, 11, 15. Like, nah, man, they get tired. Baseball's random. They locked in. These pitchers were dealing, and then it became a sweat fest. Like you didn't know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? Ended up DR game, controversial call, ended the game. US game, US in the bottom of the 8th inning ties it up with a Bryce Harper who's been struggling the whole tournament, doing a whole tournament. He's the one that becomes the hero, ties it up, and then Venezuela just comes right back. Like, congratulations to Venezuela. I said it in my in a preview of the World Baseball Classic that Venezuela wants that revenge against the USA after what Trey Turner did in 2023, breaking their hearts. People can go and watch that. I said it. I was like, Venezuela is a good team. Don't sleep on that team. And a lot of people did for some reason. I mean, I don't know why. They have great players. They've always done good in the tournament. I didn't expect them to win it all, but they definitely deserve it.
I had an awesome time, man. Teddy's right. I was calling him every night. I was testing Griffey through the game. I mean, I was locked in. But what I like about this World Baseball Classic, you got to see the elite talent against the inferior talent. So you saw like a bunch like the Netherlands against DR. Oh my goodness. Like I see a walk-off homer by Daggone in the 7th inning by
Juan Soto.
Juan Soto. That was crazy. They did that twice. They had walk-offs before the 9th inning twice in this World Baseball Classic.
Austin
he did it too?
Yeah, Austin Wells, the catcher.
Okay, yeah. And speaking of USA, they went out and beat Mexico, and Mexico like, oh, I want to see them again. Then USA loses to it, like the drama in this whole thing. USA loses to Italy out of nowhere, right? And then Italy like wins it, and then Mexico like throwing up shots and stuff to myself. Like basically we're not gonna help y'all out. And then unfortunately they couldn't help themselves because Italy put the belt to them boys, right? And then you get into the tournament. The first round it was lopsided because it's still that lopsided competition. But when you get to that second round of the tournament, every game was just like close. Every game was a nail biter. We talking about Japan versus Venezuela. That was a nail biter. USA versus DR. That was part of the game of the year, really. The game of the whole tournament. Like it started off with bomb, and then defense. It's like, what? These are two high-power offenses. I thought I was gonna get like a 7-6 score or something like that, 8-7 score. So, and then just like I feel like I said with the electricity of the others. I'm not gonna say too much about USA. I was kind of disappointed in their electricity. Like even when Bryce Harper hit the homer, I can only imagine if like Puerto Rico or like a Italy or a DR would have did that. They would have went crazy.
I mean, did you see the bat flip?
Yeah, you talking about which one?
Did you see the bat flip?
Oh, you talking about Bryce Harper?
Did you see the bat flip?
Bryce Harper was hype, but I'm talking about like when like every time DR got a home run, they jumping from the time he hit it. Time he ran across a base. But when this one, Bryce Harper was hype and they was waiting for him at the end. It was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I was expecting a little bit more. You know what I mean? You just tie the game up.
To be fair, Teddy, freaking Bryce is the only one with swag. Like he's always had that since he was like this prospect that everyone hated because he was like so good. He had swag back then.
I mean, we
like he was always confident. He was always confident. So I was thinking to myself, if anyone's gonna have that swagger of a big hit, it's gonna be Harper because
he got an attitude.
Preach.
That's an attitude right there.
No. Before that,
He's like
was
Johnny
a dog.
Manziel with talent.
But hey, he's not pointing at the flag.
Hold up. I like
before the Nationals, he was a stud, dude.
He was a
the
stud.
Kid graduated high school early, went to JUCO, dominated, and then went number one.
Yeah, he was showing me that.
Kid's a freak.
Yep.
And then
And
when he
he's
got
the
here, you know,
only
he
one.
added a little icing to the cake, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little icing.
Should have stayed a little longer. He would have got him a championship.
He mellowed down because he got older, but I knew if he hit a home run, he was going to act the way he acted, and he acted exactly how I wanted him to act.
He pointed at the flag on that. I was like, let's go. That was a little.
He almost messed up and pointed at the wrong shoulder. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys saw that.
He looked real quick.
He like went there and was like, "Oh, it's on this side. All right, let's go."
He almost pointed at Capital One. He was like,
"Hey, they would have been like, they would have used that. They was gonna use that in the commercial if they won. They was like, free publicity. Thank you.
What's in your wallet?"
Nah, for real. Man, but let's go back to a few things that came out of these last two games, right? I know I'm with you, Joe, as far as what you were saying about the USA and when Bryce hit it, but you got to think that revenge was there. And when you get in the best of somebody that you want revenge on, every single moment is going to be like that. Especially when it was like almost 6 or 7 innings where USA couldn't even touch a base, like at all.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But I want to go back to the DR game right quick, right?
Okay, that was the game right there.
Where my man Judge got up there and they had a conversation and it was just like, don't let him. And Judge hits the ball and you want to talk about one of the best catches in DR history. Yes. When he caught that, I just sat back and was like, I know Aaron, like, come on, man. They gonna kill me if we lose this game. You could have let that one go.
That was crazy.
Yeah, Julio's done that so many times. I remember that one time he pretended he didn't catch it. He robbed a home run and he looked sad and he was walking and he looks up and he opens his gloves. He's like, it's right here.
Well, that was he got up for that.
Yeah.
That was
kind of like payback for the Adam Jones one. In 2017, Adam Jones robbed Manny Machado of a home run in a similar way. So that was kind of like a little payback there.
Yeah.
That's funny, J-Mo. What's in your wallet after a home is crazy work, but that would have been a perfect commercial if they would have won that game. I mean, they could probably still run it. You know, Gatorade do it all the time. They use
AI real quick, make them point to the Capital One.
So real quick, can y'all elaborate? Because y'all both crazy. Y'all both had a mini rant about the same situation. I thought it was funny. Can y'all like enlighten the people like myself? Because I knew nothing about. I'm just watching the game. And then when I watch our shows, y'all going off. I'm like, what? So you telling me this guy is the best closer in baseball, and the only reason why he didn't pitch because they weren't winning? So can one of y'all like elaborate on the situation and everything?
So Teddy, you want to take it?
I mean, mine is gonna be pretty simple. DeRosa's an idiot.
Yeah, mine is basically. It's so dumb because basically he got permission from the Padres to pitch him in a safe situation, which means the U.S. is winning, right? In the bottom of the ninth, if you take the lead, U.S., the game is over. So once the ninth inning started, there was no way to take the lead and have Mason Miller pitch again. That makes no sense at all. Like, once you take the lead, you won. There's no reason to save him at that point. And now you want to talk about, specifically the Padres wanted them to take the lead. No. The Padres gave you a chance to let him pitch if it's a save situation. A save situation can be a tie game, and you save the runners from scoring. Like, come on, man. Like, you basically got permission to pitch him one inning. Final game of the whole WBC. Final game for your country. Clutch situation. You just had one of the biggest moments in U.S. baseball history with that Bryce Harper home run. You got permission to pitch him one game. And this is a pitcher that rarely gets hurt, rarely gets injured. Like, are you kidding me, bro? You think anyone would have been as mad if you pitched them that inning? You think the fans would have been as mad as they are right now? No. You want the Padres? Oh, what if the Padres get upset? Da 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 da. I was like, either you let your players play in this tournament or you don't, Padres.
Yeah.
You either let them play in the goddamn tournament or you don't. Like, if you don't want them coming in to save, to me, that was a save. You're saving. Basically, if it was the regular season or the playoffs in the MLB, you're saving your season. You're saving the tournament. You're saving yourself. He is untouchable. Absolutely untouchable. It's so hard to get a hit off this man. Like, use him for one inning. If you go to extra innings, so be it. You don't have to use him again. Whatever. You tried your best. You gave him your best shot. It didn't work out. Right? Nobody would have had heat on DeRosa if he did that. Like they have heat on him now.
Max.
And I have a hard time believing the Padres were like, it's a tie game. It's the 9th. You know what? Don't pitch him. I really have a hard time. Like, you're going to tell a player he can't pitch for his country in the most crucial situation?
And doesn't that bring more publicity to the Padres? Like, let's say he goes out there and strike, and USA goes out and win a game. Guess what? Guys like me who are like new to the game, I see this picture. I'm like, who you play for? Oh, the Padres. Oh, for real? I'm gonna tune into the Padres. That's how I look at it. You know,
like I understand it more for like starters. I get it. They pitch more. You're asking him to get 3 outs, and he's the best at getting 3 outs. Like, you couldn't ask for anybody else more at getting just 3 simple outs. Not pitch 5 innings, not pitch 3 innings, 3 outs. That's all you're asking him to do. And he's the best at it. And he's on your roster for a reason. I don't care about, oh, he should have been winning. If you pitched him then and you walked it off in the 9th, the game was over. There was no reason to hold on to him and keep him in the bullpen. At that point, if you felt that strongly about him, why is he on the team?
Right. Teddy, that was you that said, you're the home team. You're the home team.
Hey, dummy.
You're the home team. Like, we up. Like Griffey said, we're up. The game is over once we get the ball.
Once you get the score, it's over. Like what? It's sudden death when you're batting.
And you know what the craziest part about this whole thing is that Venezuela's manager, Omar Lopez, was dealing with the same thing. He told the MLB teams to go screw. I'm going to go win this thing.
Yep.
He had guys pitching back-to-back days. Come on, man.
He told him.
Am I tripping, or did I see the managers huddle up a lot more than the USA in that last game? I feel like in the last few innings, it was like a lot of times when they just like went out to the pitch. It was like
Panic.
No, I'm talking about Venezuela. They communicated a lot on the field when USA was just like, we just gonna run with what we got. That's what I saw. I felt like I seen like a lot of communication from the managers on the field. Like when they felt like their pitches weren't consistent enough, they came out and made a change. They're like,
you gotta credit that to Salvador Perez. I mentioned it in my show. There was an at-bat with Judge. He was up 0-2, and then Salvi saw something in his pitcher, and he said, "Hold up, timeout." He went out there and just talked to him, just him and the pitcher, no coaches involved. And
is that the big guy?
Yeah,
that's the captain. Yeah,
Bro,
that's the catcher.
I like him.
Yeah, he's a savage.
Yeah, he's a savage against Italy. Was it Italy? I think it was a foul ball, and he caught it, and he started talking trash to the sideline. I was like, okay, I love this.
Yep.
He a big boy too.
He's he should have a farewell tour, but it's not gonna be like not gonna be nothing crazy. Yeah,
that might retire. How tall is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's been playing for years. Yeah, he's 6'4".
He a big dude. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be small being a catcher.
Yeah.
When we step up to the plate, I'm like, dang, this dude. I got my height on him. Yeah.
He's been in the league for years too.
Yeah, he brought Kansas City their only World Series. It's crazy.
Mhm.
That's still crazy.
Shout out
That's
to
still
him.
crazy to think about. But yeah, Venezuela, the whole team, I loved that they even played with passion in that last game, and it kind of looked like the U.S. was kind of ticked off. Like if you actually watch when Venezuela was celebrating, some of the players like, "All right, we need to get back," and they couldn't do a dang thing about it. They couldn't
Nothing
do a
about
dang thing about it because they would be the only team. You know how like some sensitive fans want to talk about, oh, hit the batter if he's celebrating like that. If they were the only team to hit a batter after they celebrated, because I remember I said it on my show. DR was dancing on Venezuela's grave in that game, and Venezuela did not fight him. They kept hugging him. They kept hugging each other. And I'm talking about DR was being very disrespectful in that game. Well, it wasn't they were celebrating, but to other people, it looks like they're being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And Venezuela was hugging DR, and like they were still laughing with each other and all that. If US was the only team to hit a batter because they celebrated on them, you know how soft this country would have looked.
I
Like, oh
mean,
my god.
it would have been the USA thing to do if you think about it. Hey, we're not a
Honestly,
politics show, but it's one of those things where people say we saw winners and saw losers. You know?
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I thought when Caminero struck out and he did that little swerve into the throwing lane, regular season Bryce says something and they probably get into a fight at first base. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. Like I said, Bryce is a dog. He's like the only dog on that team, man. It's bad that
Watch
he
it.
wasn't
Watch
doing
it.
too
All
well.
right. I'll see you guys later.
You
I mean,
gonna
he's the
tell
only
me?
one.
You
He's the
gonna
only one
tell
that
me?
showed up in the big moment, right?
No, here we go. Joe, send him the link. Send him the link to the last reel. Send him the link, man. I don't want to have to repeat myself. It's getting kind of crazy.
Oh
These
man.
people, man.
It's all good, man.
He's the only one that had any bite. I'm just gonna say that in that game, in that Venezuela game.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Well, we want to thank you all for coming on and giving. Well, Teddy, we want to thank you for coming on because Griffey was here the whole episode. Teddy, we want to thank you for coming on, giving your recap, but also we want to let the fans and people that are tuned in now and let you know. Click the link below, right? BWT, Baseball with Teddy. That's all I'm giving you because I'm gonna let him sell you his show. Huh? Joe, you on mute.
I was saying baseball with Teddy. Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, huh? I was like, I made sure I said the right thing. I'm like, hold on now. Am I tripping? I feel judged up here. But anyway, Baseball with Teddy. Click the link below because the reel is out. But if you think the reel is just a little bit of the entertainment, Teddy's gonna also tell you why you should tune in, like, subscribe. Take it away, Seth.
Hold on, wait. Let's tell you might as well stay. We're gonna just wrap it up. Total. It's about to end the whole show. So you could do a superstar shout outs time off.
All right, well, we have members here at Refuse to Lose. Shout out to all of our members throughout each tier, but we give a special shout out to our superstar members. So we want to give a special shout out to Chavo, Dimitri, Big O, BWC, Teddy's right there. Thank you. Decorius, FFC Coach Coombs, Chris, Giovanni, Darnell, RBO Vaughn. Oh, give you a little shout out right there. Shout out to Taniqua, Dave, myself, and Joe. Kings keep winning. All right, now Teddy, take it away.
I'll go first. I'll go first, Teddy. I got you, bro.
I missed one day and everything. I'm all out the loop. All right, go ahead, Joe.
My last word. Shout out to the whole R2L network. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate my boy Tomo here, Griffey, and Teddy. And the baseball season, I'm looking forward to it. I told Teddy I can't do predictions, but I can do some recaps. All right, so I'll be ready for some recaps. And I got T-Mobile now, so I get the MLB network now for free. So I'm looking forward to that. I do want to say this: we are going to do R2L Day. I want to tell y'all the date. The R2L Day. Make sure y'all free up your schedules and come out. Juneteenth. That's the 19th, I think, right? The 19th through the 19th and the 20th of June. That's what we're doing R2L weekend. It's now a weekend like the All-Star game, right? So Friday, we're going to just hang out as a whole community. We're going to pick a spot and we're going to pull up and then just those who ain't meet each other, those who ain't seen each other in a while, we're going to just chop it up. It's going to be a live chat, right? And then Saturday, we're going to have a big old cookout, give out the awards, and have the basketball tournament that same day. So I'm looking forward to it. We have fun. Last tournament was very competitive. A lot of trash talking, but a lot of hugs and handshakes at the end. And Saturday is always the R2 day is always good. So I'm looking forward to meeting some of y'all for the first time. Some of y'all haven't met yet, and seeing a lot of y'all I haven't seen in a while. So I'm looking forward to that. And your boy B-Day that Sunday, which is the same day as Father's Day. I hate when my birthday's on Father's Day, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. So Kings, keep doing what y'all doing. We are talking about we're gonna keep winning. We still, bro. Did you not see the Mavericks last year? They were in the play-in and got number 1 overall pick.
We are NBA protected.
We just gotta be
NBA protected.
You right, we not. But it don't matter. We could be the worst team like the Detroit Pistons and still not get number 1, get the 5th pick in the draft with the worst record. So look, we just gotta be in the vicinity. We already got the X near our name. We eliminated from the playoffs, bro. So we on the couch already. So all I need right now, I just want the core, little young core. Stop DeRosa, bro. I get you, bro. But bro, come on, bro. We want to build a young core. We ain't trying to see you drop 40 in the triple double. We want to see the young core do stuff. We want to win with the young core. So as long as we're winning games right now, I'm happy for real. Cause we gonna get top 2. I'm calling it right now. If we don't get number 1, it'll be Utah because of AJ the Bastard went to school in Utah. They're gonna try to cheat for him. But outside of that, we're going to be 1 or 2. Because that's the only way we can rebuild a franchise. They're about to expand too. Come on, man. We need a superstar. So that's that. And Wake Forest, we in the NIT. I really don't care. Shout out to CCP.
I really don't care. I Teddy, take it away.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at @thatkid_Mercado. Post all my reels there. Make sure you click the link in the description so you don't miss any other videos. I'll be previewing divisions and awards next week. And all I got to say about this tournament, I never want to hear anybody compare Kyle Raleigh to Aaron Judge again in my life. All right? Ever. Don't do it. You switching catcher. Shut up. Kyle Raleigh sucks. Everybody made a big deal about the torpedo bat when the Yankees were using it, but didn't say a damn thing when Kyle Raleigh was using it for 62 home runs, setting records. Oh, switch hitter. Nobody's ever done that. What? Shut up.
Oh, man. Yeah. How do I follow that up? No. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention it. Shout out Michael Garcia, World Baseball Classic MVP, by the way. Forgot to mention that. Follow me at DOA Griffey on Instagram. Follow me, same handle on Twitter, on X. I keep saying Twitter, man. On X. Follow the show, like and subscribe this one, and go and like and subscribe Zero Sports Talk. That's where you can find me now getting into basketball because World Baseball Classic ended, and I spent 2 weeks strictly on that. I need to focus on basketball because a lot's going on. Playoffs around the corner. UEFA Champions League is also happening and everything. So a lot of sports is actually happening around the world, and we got to talk about it. So Zero Sports Talk, catch me over there, and I appreciate you guys for having me on.
I'm looking forward to the soccer talk, the soccer segments. Looking forward to those.
Yeah.
One last thing, fellas. Griffey, please enter the chats.
I know
he tried to send it to me. I don't know what's going on.
We got to get you in there, man.
We're gonna make it happen tonight, Teddy.
Good.
Cause we need Griffey in there.
Yeah. Because MLB starts up next week.
Exactly.
Can't wait.
And my last words is more so just bigging up the network, right? Because Joe, what did I tell you after Griffey dropped his episode saying LeBron should be the third option? I told you somehow, some way in the universe, whatever we say on any of our shows on R2L, it magically makes it to the big networks. And now it's a running thing about LeBron being the third option. And like, well, he should have been doing this the whole time. And I was like, I told you it was going to happen, Joe. And just like Teddy Real going crazy, again, tap into the network, hit like, hit subscribe. If you see the energy that they bring in on the, what you call us, the sports center of the network, you know, because we talk about all the sports, just imagine what all the other shows do. And Carl, get some sleep. Because CTC Carl is going crazy right now. The tournament has started, and my man is going live at 6 a.m. He might go live again later on tonight. So tap in, hit the notification bell, man.
I was on my way to work, and Carl said CTC live. I'm like, what? Like,
Shout out to Carl, man. Shout out to Carl. It was crazy.
It's like a normally Carl start off like, what's up? My name Carl CTC. Blah, blah, blah. Today he was like, what's up, y'all? Carl CTC. I'm like, yeah, boy, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. What's up?
The energy a little different. You gotta wake up.
Yeah, but great episode. That's all we have for y'all today. Thank y'all for staying to the end. I'll be beginning to say that part. Thank you for staying to the end. That's all we have for you today. And we'll see y'all Monday at the next episode.
Peace.